Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and I am just about to get started on my first layout using the Roundabout kit. And I wanted to first share with you how I actually chose pictures when I'm working with kits. I have printed pictures already. I have probably enough pictures to make 50 plus layouts, literally. So my pictures are all ready to go. So what I do is I take my kit, this is the Roundabout kit, this is everything I have in it, and I kind of look through it and I get an overall feel for the kit and the colors, and if there's anything that's themey, anything like that, just kind of see if anything jumps out at me as to what kind of layout I could make and what kind of pictures I can use. So I will start by going through my paper first and just kind of choosing exactly what, the papers that stand out to me that I know I would love to use as backgrounds or accents or anything like that. So this is the cardstock, and these are the pattern papers. Some really cute ones. See, this one has a pretty heavy travel theme. There's this map paper here. This chipboard package right here is pretty heavy travel. And got a couple of rainbow here. And I'll show you the back sides of these in a second. This is a great neutral gray. And there's a few neutrals in here, and then there's some greens. So some greens and blues and things like that. So here's the back side. That's a black. Very colorful arrows. This one is just a nice muted red. This one is travel themed for sure. Bunch of big clusters there. The gray, and this is another neutral gray on the back with a spirally design. This is like it's basic gray carte postale. So these almost look like vintage typewriter keys, maybe, possibly, something like that. And then the back it's almost like film strips there. And then this green on the back is a blue pattern. So the first thing that jumps out at me is all the travel stuff. And I looked through my pictures to see if I had anything that had to do with travel, and I do. I have pictures from my husband. He took a great trip. He is in the military, so this was a traveling trip for him. A working trip. But, working hard. See, he's working hard there. But he did manage to get some great pictures for me, so I'm going to make a layout of this trip that he took. And he brought me back all of his tickets. Went to Westminster Abbey. I can't read that. I don't know if any of you can read it, but I think this was in Georgia. They stopped in Georgia, and this was like a ticket that he had either gone somewhere or took a train or something like that. London Underground. So he's very good about saving all this stuff for me. And so I'm going to include that on the layout as well. So the first layout I'm going to do is this one. And so I chose my pictures, and I know that I'm going to be using this chipboard right here. And for the background, I'm going to use this map paper because he was flying everywhere. They were on his military plane flying to all these countries. So I'm going to use this for my background for sure. I will definitely need something to ground these because the background is so busy. I'm going to need something to kind of separate the pictures from the background. And my initial thought is to use this red, so I'm going to try that out. I could also go with a green if I really wanted to. Either one would work. So that's something I'm going to play around with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these papers and put them aside with the pictures. And I know that that's one thing that I want to work on. So I have that ready to go. And then I'll just dig into my kit as I'm making the layout. Another one that jumped out at me that I knew I wanted to do a background was this one. It has all the months of the year on it. And I thought about a picture that my daughter took. This is Kaylin's spring picture from kindergarten. They do fall pictures and spring pictures. So I had this printed out to a 5x7, and I thought this would look great with this green, since there is green in her picture, and it's a spring. So I'm thinking about using this and maybe coloring in the spring months like April, May, maybe June, and just kind of doing that, or maybe just April. I believe this was taken in April. So I may just color in everywhere that it says April on here. So that's my initial thought for this one. So I'm gonna keep these two together. If I don't grab that green for the first one, we'll see. So, and then there's a few things, especially on this chipboard. You know, there's a couple green things here, and there's one that says say cheese in yellow, so I could do some yellow accents. You are here, that's green. So I could definitely use some stuff out of here as well. So that is my initial thought on that one. And I knew I wanted to use this rainbow chevron because it's beautiful. And I went through my pictures trying to figure out what I was going to use for it, and this one jumped out at me. This is a picture of Kaylin and her best friend Allie. We were at the fair, and just they have some bright colors on. So that kind of, I think it goes well with the paper. It kind of brings out some, especially like these reds and pinks and things like that. And my daughter's, her skirt is blue, so the blue comes out as well. So I think I'm going to go with that. I can also add this rainbow paper in, maybe as like a photo mat. And I can even, you know, put a neutral, I could double mat it in a neutral to kind of separate the rainbow colors so it's not so bold. But so those are my initial thoughts with that. And then this little pink, it's not resin, I'm not sure exactly what, just a little badge, I guess. And it's a pink camera, two-tone pink. So that would look cute on here as well to bring out the pink in the pictures. So I'm gonna stick that with that because I definitely want to use that on this page somehow. And I'm going to put this gray, the neutral gray here as well. I think that could be a good neutral for that. And then I also have the craft cardstock. So if I don't like the way the gray looks, I'll have the craft cardstock as a backup because craft goes with everything, right? So those are my first initial thoughts as far as planning which pages I'm going to do with this kit. So I'm just going to lay them on top of each other and start working on them, and then see what, as I'm working through the kit, I may get some more ideas for other pictures I can use based on what I have left. But these are my initial thoughts. So these are just going to go in a pile, and as I start working through my kit, I may get some more ideas, or you know, it may take me in a different direction. You never know. But these are just my initial reactions to what I'm going to do. So that is it. And with that, I am going to go ahead and get started on this layout right now.